Welcome to PainMD.tv. I am Dr. Gurpreet Singh Padda. If you are watching this comprehensive clinical presentation prior to your upcoming consultation at our institute here in St. Louis, located at 4477 Woodson Road, right next to the airport, it is because you are trapped in an exhausting cycle of physical suffering and systemic neglect. Chronic neuromuscular pain is a deeply isolating condition. It is a slow, relentless theft of your human autonomy and the simple everyday choices that define a meaningful life. It alters your entire relationship with the physical world, turning your very connection to the earth into an object of constant dread, gradually rewriting the script of your active lifestyle. I know the exact emotional and physical tax this unresolved pain extracts from you. I understand the silent anxiety that greets you before you even open your eyes. Wondering if today, your joints, your tendons, or your nerves will allow you to complete your normal activities. You lie in bed, dreading the moment your feet touch the floor, knowing that chronic structural breakdown will trigger a sharp, burning wave of agony. This persistent suffering gradually strips away the foundational pieces of your active life, including the deep sorrow of missing long weekend walks through Forest Park with your family, avoiding community events because you cannot stand for more than 10 minutes, or realizing you can no longer run around the backyard with your children. You find yourself planning your entire day around seating arrangements, searching endlessly for the closest parking space at the grocery store, and making lifestyle compromises based entirely on baseline survival. You have been left stranded in what we define as the gap. This is that frustrating gray area in modern medicine where standard treatments have failed, where standard conservative treatments like physical therapy and basic anti-inflammatory medications have completely failed you, but surgery is not yet fully warranted. The traditional system routinely tells patients in the gap to simply go away, take more pills, and come back when their neuromuscular decay gets worse. You are physically exhausted, mentally depleted, and deeply skeptical. You deserve a clear plan presented by a leader who understands the science. As a physician with over 30 years of deep clinical experience spanning anesthesiology, interventional pain management, metabolic health, and addiction medicine, I look at neuromuscular decay through a strict analytical lens. I also view this landscape as an entrepreneur with an MBA who has owned dozens of healthcare entities. This dual background makes it impossible for me to accept the superficial, volume-driven explanations of our current insurance medical model. Our center, next to the St. Louis airport, was built on a simple but increasingly rare paradigm. Pain is not a diagnosis, it is a signal. It is an evolutionary warning light indicating that something within your body's structural biotensegrity or cellular metabolism has drifted out of balance. We exist to precisely identify that signal, reject the high-volume corporate model, and repair the underlying biological terrain that allowed your body to break down. To break free from this cycle of suffering, we must first confront the fundamental misdiagnosis that the conventional assembly line system perpetuates. When you see a standard provider, you are routinely handed generic diagnostic labels that treat inflammation as the primary culprit. For example, plantar fasciitis. The hard, peer-reviewed histopathological evidence completely shatters this approach. Studies discover a complete absence of traditional inflammatory cells. Instead, the microscopic specimens consistently demonstrate widespread collagen necrosis, severe mucoid degeneration, and fibroblast hyperplasia. This is a degenerative state of non-inflammatory tissue decay known as psosis, meaning the tissue is not inflamed but is actively dying. Because the conventional model misinterprets this, it relies on the ultimate short-sighted patch, the traditional corticosteroid joint injection. While a quick shot is effective early on, the longitudinal science demonstrates that using cortisone for chronic decay is a biological disaster. Cortisone is inherently catabolic. It achieves short-term pain masking by suppressing the pathways your body requires to mend itself. You are winning a brief symptom battle while destroying your biological war. The data reveals that repeated cortisone exposures carry a high rate of secondary failure, demonstrating a correlation with acute tendon ruptures and tissue wasting. Once the specialized cushioning wastes away, your bones strike each other with direct, unmitigated mechanical impact, leaving you with a severe condition. When these injections fail, the system directs you to a surgeon. The essential truth is that conventional surgery is a one-way ticket with no return option. Once a surgeon cuts your native tissue, you cannot undo the modification. Biomechanical trials prove that altering native joint architecture shifts weight abnormally, Attempting to solve a biological healing deficit with mechanical cutting is a fundamental engineering failure. This brings us to the core question. If the science behind biological restoration is so compelling, why will my insurance company not pay for this? To understand this, we must look past the clinical facade and examine the cold financial architecture of the modern medical insurance industry. Insurance companies operate on a strict paradigm of billing codes known as ICD-10 and CPT codes. For a treatment to be covered, it must fit into a rigid category. Interventional orthobiologics, by their very nature, reject this cookie-cutter assembly line model. They utilize autologous cells harvested directly from your own body. To protect their financial reserves, insurance executives routinely label advanced orthobiologic therapies as experimental or investigational. They maintain this classification despite hundreds of high-level, peer-reviewed trials published in major medical journals demonstrating the safety and efficacy. Actuarial data shows that the average American changes their health insurance provider every 3 to 5 years. Because of this, they have zero financial incentive to invest today. They know that if they deny the therapy today and you require surgery 5 years from now, you will likely be on a different plan or onto Medicare. It is highly profitable for your provider to deny your repair and let a future company foot the bill. At PainMD.tv, we refuse to let a corporate clerk dictate your biology. Our realization of these failures is why we executed a complete institutional paradigm shift. We focus on a sophisticated neurovascular model of advanced restoration. We no longer look at damaged joints or tendons as isolated pieces of dead mechanical plumbing. We treat them as complex living organs. Our goal is to fix the underlying tissue terrain by utilizing target-specific orthobiologics, harnessing your own localized cellular pharmacy to restore vascular biology. Our protocols integrate 3 primary biological agents: platelet-rich plasma, microfragmented adipose tissue, and platelet lysate. PRP delivers growth factors directly. These proteins act as specialized repair workers, commanding local cells to clear away degenerative debris and restart the collagen remodeling process. Microfragmented adipose tissue, or MFAT, represents a powerful autologous cellular scaffold. It provides a matrix structurally supporting your connective tissues. Platelet lysate is a specialized formulation we deploy specifically around delicate neural structures because it provides immediate signaling to resolve neuropathic pain. The long-term durability is established by evidence. By the 6, 12, and 24-month marks, high-density orthobiologics achieve overwhelmingly superior results. At our institute, a needle placed blindly is not a strategy. Submillimetric precision is non-negotiable. Every procedure is performed under direct ultrasound guidance. We map your specific anatomy to the submillimeter level before a needle is advanced, maximizing cellular concentration while avoiding critical blood vessels. However, delivering the cells with precision is only half of the equation. We must also meticulously prepare the physiological soil. If we inject cells into a patient whose systemic physiology is highly inflamed or biochemically depleted, those cells will switch off their regenerative behaviors. This is why our protocol includes a mandatory comprehensive metabolic and clinical laboratory screening panel before any treatment plan is finalized. If your hemoglobin A1C is elevated, your body exists in a pro-inflammatory state that actively drives tissue decay and stalls cellular repair. If your hormone levels are near zero, your cellular pathways lack the critical anabolic signaling required to rebuild the connective tissues your body depends on. Furthermore, we address precise nutritional requirements, ensuring adequate protein and targeted supplementation to actively support collagen synthesis. I believe in being fiercely honest with my patients and bringing deep humility to every conversation. I refuse to sugarcoat the clinical reality. We must engage in rigorous expectation management. Healing is a complex, nature-paced biological process. It is not a fast, instantaneous commercial transaction. If you come expecting a miracle where pain vanishes in 24 hours, you will be disappointed. Biologics require a realistic timeline to remodel tissues. Those patients who respect the cellular timeline, commit to metabolic optimization, and execute rehabilitation become our greatest success stories. When you choose this proactive path, the real victories are counted in the everyday moments. Success means waking up and stepping out of bed with a pain-free stride. It means heading toward the St. Louis airport and being able to walk through the terminal without stiffness, hesitation, or sudden stabs of pain. It means standing comfortably at family gatherings or playing with your grandchildren on the floor without paying a devastating physical tax of spasms. The historical era of treating pain through subtraction and cutting is drawing to a close. Interventional orthobiologics offer a data-backed, safer alternative. We are here at 4477 Woodson Road to provide the precise imaging and cellular protocols required to fix your terrain permanently. I look forward to meeting you. Let us look past the quick fixes, respect the cellular science, and work together to get your life back.